Hi, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a little tired now and ready to go to bed, but as I was about to get up and take care of that business, another notice came that I want to share with you, and it's called The Power of Spirit. Maybe if you can hear this at night, you can sleep on it. The Power of Spirit, good and bad. The power of spirit, good and bad. You think about Dr. Martin Luther King. Many people say Dr. Martin Luther King represented good. He represented justice. He represented prosperity and peace. He represented righteousness. And for the most part, he had a pretty good movement. I mean, the people of the nation and others around the world were affected by what he was doing, the cause that he represented. So you saw the spirit moving not just in Dr. King, but upon America. It took a lot of work to prove it, but it moved, and you saw certain things happening. And what happened in the end when the power moves for good? It was murdered. And so Dr. King was martyred for goodness, for the spirit of goodness, for the spirit. Now, there's another spirit. And we used to talk about Hitler a lot. We talked about people in other parts of the world. But now we can talk about people in our own country, our own nation, that represents the spirit of bad. Now, this spirit has the same kind of power that the spirit of love, the spirit that Dr. King brought to this country. And it was brought on by what's that guy's name? He was the 45th president of the United States. His name was what? Oh yeah, Donald Trump. When he came on the scene, he brought a different spirit, a spirit of destruction, a spirit of corruption. And for some strange reason, it was so powerful, people who had been hiding under their couches, under beds, and in closets held there by law were liberated. And it was a powerful movement. Brought him with all the ugly things that everybody thought America was against. Put him in the presidency of the United States. Put him on the throne. The spirit of bad came on the scene and it was enthroned. And that spirit came here with great ambitions. It was to take over this country, to set this country on fire, destroy it, and become our master. The power of spirit. Dr. King, Donald Trump. And see, they're just individuals that represented spirit. But you, the people, are the ones that empowered that spirit, whether it was good or whether it was bad. The people empowered that spirit. They didn't put Dr. King on the throne. They didn't put Dr. King in the White House. They put him in a big statue in Washington. They made a big statue of him, made the lifelessness. But it was just, and they put the king on the throne, and who is still trying to maintain that throne. And his people are still doing all the things that spirit of badness and evil represented. They still got guns. They still talking about killing anybody that stands up for truth. See, this is spirit. I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, this is spirit. The power of spirit. Now, let me ask you this. You've heard it said many times. Separation between church and state. What do you think that means? Now, you've probably had 2 or 3 different impressions of it yourself in your lifetime. But you know you can hear people saying all kinds of things. But the truth of it is this. Separation between church and state basically means that you can have whatever religious or church government, whatever your supreme thoughts are, philosophy is, that you want. But over here within the state, they have no permission to exist. What they're actually saying is this: the church represents God, the state represents man, and there's no unity between God and man when it comes down to government system. What that basically means is that everything that you ever dreamed that you could possibly have or want to have by the spirit of good, by the spirit of love, by the spirit of God, you can have, because it allows you to be you. And being you is all that is required. To look at the resources and match them with your aspirations, dreams, and utilize those gifts to cause the manifestation thereof, and thereby enjoy. That's all. The power of spirit of love and good. And this is applicable to every human being on the face of the earth, either doing it individually if you're the only person on earth, or doing it collectively if there are other people on earth with you. Now, on the other hand, when they say separation between church and state, that means put God out. Nobody, don't come here talking about love. Love doesn't operate over here. What Tina Sanders said, what love got to do with it? Love does not operate over here. What operates over here is man's God, and man chose another God. And what is it? It is money. Money. Now, man makes money to put before you, to capture you, to get your mind off the spirit of love and God and stuff like that. Well, you can play like it means something to you, but it means nothing to you, because you're not standing up for what love represents. You're not standing up for what God represents. You're standing up to get that money. Why? So you can do all those things that God promised you that you don't believe. But you go after that money and you see what you can do. So when you're talking about separation between church and state, you're saying state chose money as its God, and this God of love or righteousness and all that stuff has no place. No place. That's what separation of church and state means. And when they say there is no separation between church and state, that means that when you are led by the spirit of love within a state that's trying to be run by man and money, you got a problem. Because man is going to keep constantly trying to tell you how important making money and advertising and all that stuff is, and others are going to be trying to tell you that that's a trick, that none of that stuff is real, because in order for it to happen, you have to lie, to cheat, to steal, to kill, and it creates racism and bigotry and hatred, and all that kind of stuff exists with using money in man's way. And yet America and the world chooses man's way and reject God's way. That's what I want to tell you. The power of spirit. The power of spirit is the same for good and bad. And an example was Dr. King and Donald Trump. And the power that embraced them both were you, the people. On the one hand, you killed Dr. King and enthroned Donald Trump. And now you're here, caught in a trap. Maybe you might want to get out, I don't know. But the liberation is truth. The truth you just heard. Now, what you gonna do with it? We will know. Till next time.